Sandra Novak. It's so fun to be able to kind of, I've heard your voice over the phone. Now we get to see each other actually, like, yay. And then maybe
Yeah,
the book for the actual launch party, we'll maybe get to see each other in person. How
that'd
awesome.
be very nice.
Very good. So the name of your chapter is Wait, Willing to Be Me. So
Correct.
what's inspired behind that?
Well, that happened several years ago when, because I communicate and I get messages. That name of that book, it was supposed to be a book, which I never started a couple of years ago, but that was the name of the chapter
Right.
of the book. So I just stuck with it.
That's awesome. So did you
Yep.
also write it in a more of a fairy tale type of a segment?
Started to, but I'm just starting it. So there's so much more to add to it.
Right, right.
Yeah. It's
How
basically the book that I'm creating is, of course, it's basically my life, but mystified.
That's awesome. That is
Yeah,
really wonderful. So what's the inspiration behind this for willing to be me?
right. Willing to be me is just living the life of being different in other people's eyes. From a child to growing up who had visions and saw things, and I was always kind of like pushed away because people didn't understand how could I be seeing these things.
Right, right.
So I was very kind of recluse, very quiet. I was an observer and just did what I had to do every day, to get through it.
Wow. That and that's what we have to do, huh?
Yes.
Yes. Um, Describe the character in your story. I know you haven't got it totally mystified like Sharon is probably developing, but
Right.
tell us a little bit deeper about the character and why that character is your hero or
Okay. Uh,
hero.
So basically, it's just the character is just a normal everyday child growing up and having different views on what is around her in her family life or her school life or her friends' lives. And but in the interim of learning all these experiences and growing from them, I learned to take it into service for humanity because of the knowledge that was coming through was so helpful.
Wow, that's amazing. And so what is the superpower? Is it that
The insight.
the insight, the knowledge, the things
It's
that you can kind of download from.
so basically I can feel you before I see you kind of thing.
That's pretty cool. I wish I
Yeah.
could develop that for myself.
Yes. And
So,
and the more you do it, the more acute it becomes.
very, very interesting. So, what do you hope when somebody reads your chapter in the Imaginist? Um, what do you hope they walk away with?
Hope they walk away with that they're okay. Because I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that have these experiences, but are not able to articulate them to other people because they don't want to look like they're goofy or crazy. And hopefully that message, well, I'm not going to say hopefully, I know that message will get across and they can say, oh, I've had that experience, or, I needed to hear this.
That they're not really weird, that it's really real,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
And I imagine for you in your life, because you were reclusive and kind of quiet and kind of stood in the background, it's because you didn't want to be made fun of and you didn't want to, nobody really understood this strange little girl that could do these things.
Mhm. Although my mother was pretty in tuned, but I was always getting the shh, be quiet, can't say that, or, just be quiet. So I had to sit, we went out with families. I just sat on a chair and just watched and observed. And then that's how I learned through seeing people's energy fields and the spirit behind the skin on what was really going on.
Wow, how awesome. So how do you serve the world today in your everyday life?
Everyday life is showing up. It's just showing up, and the people who are universally going to be attracted to whatever their needs are. I'm ready. I'm ready for them.
Wow, that's amazing. So when you sit down and you write, and I know you've had a book in the works for a while now, but when you sit down and write, how do you create an atmosphere where you can really just get into it?
Okay, so for me, it's quiet.
Mhm.
I get like this morning, I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning typing because it's my quiet time, and it's still dark out, but that's okay. It's just being in the moment and disconnecting from the day that hasn't started yet.
Uh, I really admire that because it
Mhm.
is one of those things you can get too much noise going throughout the day with
Too many distractions,
many, right?
and then it just throws me off. So I just have to be in that quiet space.
Very cool. And as we move forward with launching this book in just about less than a month, we're weeks away.
Whoa.
Weeks away. Actually, the Kindle version gets launched on the 21st and the paperback on the 28th. And how do you feel about being able to be participating in a book like this?
It's pretty amazing. It's a big wow.
It is a
It's going so quickly and so fast. I feel like I'm on fast forward and I got to keep up with everything.
it'd be a challenge to keep up with Sharon.
Yes, no kidding. Also, I wanted to mention too, the inspiration you was asking me, what it really comes back down to is source energy for me,
Mhm.
because of the experiences that I had. It's all about our creator and putting me in a position to be a servant to it. So,
It's a wonderful role. How does your family feel about this? Your children and
well, not so much when they were growing up, but now when things are happening for them, like they're starting to see things, they're hearing voices and things like that, or just not my family, but people in general. Now all of a sudden the wheel turned to I'm the go-to girl. So
that's an amazing position to be in.
yes, it is. It's wonderful.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on being willing to step up and contribute to this book. It's really unusual in the sense of compared to the other books that have been written. Each one of these seem to take on a whole different. Sharon along with Sandy Rogers did
Mhm.
Wisdom of the Silver Sisters,
Yes.
and the next one was Golden Wisdom of Love, Legends and Legacies.
Nice.
And this one now, the Imaginist. We're sure
Beautiful.
kind of just float in. What I am enjoying about all of these interviews is how fascinating it is that we're using fairy tale type of stories to teach important lessons, and almost everybody's story has to come from it has come from life experience, and it's
Yes, absolutely.
fabulous, truly fabulous.
Yes, it is. So many different turns and twists and experiences. It's like, and then, of course, you gravitate to the right people.
That's right.
And here we are, right?
Right. That's right. Yes.
I
Well,
love
I've
that.
enjoyed having this time to speak with you, and it's exciting
Thank you.
to know what's coming up in this book, and um, just congratulations that you decided
Thank you. I feel honored to be part of it.
it is an honor for me as well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Becky.
You're welcome.